The UK has left young men with no future. I swear it's fucking crazy what's happened to England. Over the last 5 to 10 years, England has massively lost its plot. It's completely crumbled. It's turned into a third world country. I mean, look at how many stabbings are going on. Like, how crazy is it? I want you to sit there and think about someone grabbing a bladed article and actually put it inside someone else, all for a phone or a watch, a Rolex watch. If you don't know who I am, my name's Nima. I've been making money online for the last 6 years. I just left the UK for Dubai, and I left the UK in March, and I've been in Dubai now for about 5 months, coming up to 6 months now, and it's the best decision I've ever made. And I'm going to tell you my thoughts on what I think's happened in England, because first of all, the UK has killed all the dreams of all young men in England now. In the UK, it's almost impossible to get ahead or do better. The UK is a place where if you're okay with surviving and making ends meet, you will thrive there. That's it. That's all the UK is good for. It's fucking sitting there and just barely making ends meet. In the UK, I swear, 95% of people are behind on rent. In the UK, everyone seems to be in debt. In the UK, everyone seems to be miserable. And you know what? I don't even blame the people. I don't even blame the people. When you work so hard for money and then 50% goes to the taxman, and what incentive does that give you to work hard? When I was in the UK, I was busting my ass to make cash, and then the tax bill would come along and I'd end up paying this much tax. What's the fucking point? What is the point? You know, there's so many young men, 20, 30-year-old guys in the UK right now who want to build a business, but it's like, okay, let's say I build a business to £1 million a year. Well, then I'm only left with less than half, because 50% will go to the government. And for what as well? You give that money to the government for what as well? What do you actually get in return? The NHS. Last time I used the NHS, I had a broken foot. I was waiting 4 hours. Fucking joke. What do you actually get for the tax that you pay? Potholes in the roads. 4-hour wait times in the NHS. When you buy yourself something nice, someone might take your phone out your hand, get stabbed for a watch when you go outside. You can't even walk outside in an environment with a nice watch on. I remember seeing a fucking, what do you call it, a picture that they was advertising in Knightsbridge, one of the most expensive areas in London, saying if you're wearing a watch, don't wear it, hide it. In what society can I not wear what I worked hard for in public? Here in Dubai, I can walk outside, I could have £1 billion watch on. No one even looks in my direction. The laws are tight here. In the UK, you fucking do something dodgy, you get a slap on the wrist and you're back out again, because the prisons are full, so that they've completely lost control of the law. And then on top of this, like I said, you want to start a business, you can't, okay? Motivation is gone in the UK. Nobody's motivated. It's crabs in a bucket mentality. Everybody is severely living under this dark cloud and they can't get away from it, because no matter how hard you try to create a better life for yourself, it's almost impossible to pull it off. There's no incentive for you to start your own business and make money. Getting a better job, there's no point, because you'll just get taxed more. If you work hard and manage magically to buy yourself a Rolex, someone might stab you, so you can't even buy the things without being in fear. And this causes mass unhappiness, and then you wonder why you have crime, because everybody's fucking trying to kill each other now because the crime is so high. This is why I fully recommend, if you're able to, or if you're in a position to, please get up and leave the UK. If you're a young man in your 20s and 30s, move abroad. If you can't move abroad because you're lacking finance, I highly suggest you get my free ebook. I've created a free ebook that will show you how you can start an online business from home. It will be the first link in the description below. And I believe all of you can start an online business. An online business is the best way to be able to live anywhere in the world. If I wanted to, I could go to Bali tomorrow. I've chosen Dubai because I have family here and I love Dubai, but it doesn't have to be for you, Dubai. Maybe you can't afford Dubai. Maybe you want something more cheap, but you don't want to be in the UK. Bali's a great shout as well, but you can't do it if you're stuck in a 9-to-5 job. If you want to see how everybody in England is so miserable, just go on the London Tube at Monday morning at 9 a.m. and you'll see, I've been on the tube, and you get on the tube and you look around and it makes your blood run cold. I don't know what it is, but you'll sit down on the tube at 9 a.m. on a Monday and it's like there's no life. The life has been sucked out of people's souls. It's actually crazy. If you don't believe me, go and sit on the tube at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning. You look around you, everybody's got coffee, drinking it, and they're so like unhappy. They're sitting there on their phones like really fucking miserable, really miserable. You know, and it makes you depressed. How are you going to thrive in this environment? How are you going to build a business in this environment? How are you going to better yourself in this environment when you're surrounded by toxic? And I don't blame the people, I blame the system. And you know everybody's upset, because the only thing people look forward to in the UK now is drinking on the weekend. It's a form of escape. I don't know if you know, but the UK now has some of the highest rates of the snowflake. Why do you think so? Because everybody's unhappy with their lives. They can't thrive and get out of this situation. So instead they resort to these things for escapism. That's why everybody loves drinking in the UK. Not even because they enjoy it, because there's a form of escaping their reality for a few hours before they go back to their shit job on a Monday. No matter how strong-minded you are, if you're in this environment, it's so difficult to fucking level up. You know, when I bought my car, my first car was a sports car, people couldn't believe it. But in Dubai, you buy a sports car, it's normal. The standards are high, it's normal. In the UAE, I can walk around with my Rolex watch and no one's going to bother me. You know, I can go outside to a coffee shop at 4 a.m. and work on my laptop. No one's going to try to take my laptop. It's sunny every day. In the UK, it rains pretty much all year round. It's rainy and it's cold. And in what society is the UK now to where normal working class people who work 40 hours a week cannot afford to pay rent or have their heating on? They have to choose. Either they have their heating on or they pay for rent. There are so many people in Britain right now that during the winter have to decide between electricity and their fucking rent, or electricity and how they're going to eat food. And these people are working full 40 hours a week. And then you have immigrants coming to the country who stay in luxury hotels and don't do fuck all and get money from the government. So how is that going to motivate the people? It's only causing more miserable people. I reckon soon there will be a civil war in the UK. I reckon it's coming because sooner or later I reckon people will be just fed up and they'll have to do something about it. I reckon that day's coming. So before that day comes, I highly recommend you start an online business. It's the only way to escape. Okay, like I said, if you want to learn, first link in the description, you can get my free book. It will explain to you the best online side hustles you can start in 2025.